lot of rumors circulating recently as well about the future of Crash Bandicoot, the future of like another Crash Bandicoot coming out, because there's talk of a Netflix TV show to do with Crash Bandicoot. So the hype is back alive, potentially, for Crash. And, you know, as a Crash tuber, with it being my bread and butter content, I'd only be too happy to have more Crash content. Whether it be Crash Bandicoot, another platformer, would be my preference. I would like to see more of the platforming games to see where they go with it. But also, I'd be very happy with a racing game, but only if they brought it to PC. If they did not bring the next racing game of Crash Bandicoot to PC, I would just be like questioning where their head's at. Because there's no excuse to exclude PC from kart racing. The reason why I don't think it will be a Crash racing game, though, is quite simple. I don't think they will look at the numbers of the people still active with Nitro Fueled. And I don't think they're sensible people. I don't think they'll look at it and be like, oh, it's because the online mode wasn't fixed. Or, oh, it's because, you know, support, as soon as the Grand Prix stuff was over with, we just stopped supporting the game. I think they'll just look at it and be like, this died pretty quickly. We definitely can't compete with Mario Kart. Therefore, the racing games aren't as popular as we think. That's my fear. The sensible take would be, oh, we didn't really support the online, especially after Grand Prix finished. We should have cleaned up the online load times and, you know, made a tournament mode and things like that. But they're not smart enough to like look at that for some reason. I don't get it. They should be smart enough, right? Game developers or game publishers should be able to like look. Okay, we sold like more than 10 million copies of Crash Nitro Fueled. Why isn't it still alive? Well, it's because we stopped supporting the online mode for as long as we should have been. For as long as like Mario Kart is supported online, etc. But they won't. I don't know why. I don't know, like, what level of tomfoolery they have to see. They have to go through to see the real reasons why Nitro Fueled died as quickly as it did. It's obvious to they would just have to talk to a Crash fan for 20 seconds, and like a Crash fan would be like, oh, you know, we were really excited for this racing game. We'd love another one, but this time can you please fix the online, make sure loading times are not longer than the races themselves, bring in a ranking system, bring in tournaments. But they won't do that. They will just see, oh, it died pretty quickly, therefore it was a failure, it's a dead IP, and not worth investing our time in. Hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. This level's so tedious that, like, it's more interesting for me to rant about the death of Nitro Fueled than it is to actually focus on the level itself anymore, because it's just luck-based. I'm not doing anything differently. There's not really a lot I can control. This is quickly approaching my bottom 5 levels to Relic Run. Not because it's a difficult level, but because there's too much luck involved. And that's the reason why, like, board game fans will tell you that they're not the biggest fans of Monopoly. It's not because Monopoly is a particularly complicated game or anything like that. It's because, yes, there's some strategy to Monopoly, but overall it's a game of chance. Where are you going to land? The only thing you can control is if you buy the things you land on. That's it. Not really much of a strategy, is it? Like, yes, if you want to know the secret to win Monopoly most of the time, it involves luckily landing on orange and red and collecting them as sets. Light blues are also pretty good. Everything else is not worth your time. But if someone else beats you to those sets, you're as good as, like, 9 times out of 10 you're going to lose Monopoly. See, even Monopoly's more interesting than this level to talk about.